Um, question is, why am I so reluctant to take medication for my anxiety problem? Um, I'm reluctant personally. The reason why I don't take medication is um, because I want to go it alone. I want to just sort this issue out. I want to live my life, just naturally. I don't want to. I don't want it to come down to medication, and also part of me is kind of, I'm not convinced that my anxiety is necessarily a chemical imbalance within the brain, because that's what, whenever you because that's what they say anxiety, isn't it? Anxiety is a chemical imbalance, which obviously for some people, yeah, it may be. Um, so obviously the way the chemicals work in my brain, obviously it seems to create like higher anxiety than your average person. So yeah, there is kind of a chemical imbalance. Um, but I don't think my like social anxiety. I don't think my social anxiety is caused by it's not necessarily caused by a chemical imbalance. Yeah, I'm anxious. I'm. There's some people are more anxious than others, and that may be a chemical thing. Yeah, that could be a chemical thing. Um, but my actual social anxiety is not a chemical imbalance. I don't think, and that's why if I go to the doctor and I say about my social anxiety, I don't want to be put on my medication because I have social anxiety. My social anxiety is society made. Society has created this social anxiety I have, being judged negatively, um, and the way I feel about myself, like feeling like I don't fit in, feeling like I don't know, just feeling I'm just very insecure and stuff, um, and that's so I don't think medication's gonna solve that. That's something I've got to work on. Obviously, it's the way I feel and think and my attitude. That's what I've got to somehow change that and learn to feel and think differently. Um, yeah, maybe that could be helped with therapy. Maybe therapy would be more effective than medication because maybe therapy would help more. It would help would help you to be able to change the way you feel and having that and having that kind of you know with someone to talk to about and give you advice and stuff and ways to work around the way you think and stuff, and they'll tell you stuff that obviously because what I find like because when you like, I found myself like when you're in an anxious state you don't see you can't think clearly, you don't see things clearly, so it's really hard to change because when you're in that state it's really hard to get out of it, like when I'm out and about and I feel like everyone's judging me, people as when people go past and stuff like that or saying stuff whatever, it's very hard to stop that belief, change that belief because you just start because you just get into this way, And I know that I've got to find a way to go through situations and fight that way of thinking, just have a more positive attitude, and stuff like that, I'm trying actually. I'm trying, even though it's not something that's gonna happen overnight, Obviously with me, progression is slow, progress is slow. Um, it's not. I'm not just gonna be like, if I'm not gonna be suddenly like, really social and like traveling the world in like less than in like just like it won't just happen. You're not gonna be able to do stuff like that straight away. Obviously, you got to take things slow. Um, but yeah, I mean, my biggest problem isn't so much just anxiety. It's not just anxiety. The biggest problem is the social anxiety. It's the social anxiety that's my biggest problem. Like I've always had anxiety since I was a kid. I've always been very anxious. But I never had but it wasn't. I don't know. But it wasn't really like it wasn't. It wasn't my biggest problem. Like when I was younger, my biggest problem when I was younger was my stammer. I had a stammer when I was younger, and I think that's also added to why now I talk so fast. Because when I was younger, because I had a stammer, I used to rush my words out when I was to say stuff. I used to say it really quickly, and so because I started doing that, I've kind of learned to talk fast. So now when I talk, I just automatically speak really fast. Or like when I'm on the phone, I rush out on what I'm saying. And also, I think it also is anxiety. I think anxiety makes it worse. It makes it harder to speak, which then that causes the stammer. But then you worry about stammering, and then you kind of rush out your words so you don't stammer. So, yeah, but I never had like when I was younger. I never had my social anxiety wasn't really, or anxiety wasn't really an issue. It never really affected my life. So it's not something I really got help for when I was younger. I never really got help for anxiety when I was a kid because it wasn't so bad. Like when I'm older now. I've developed this thing, so social anxiety, and things have gotten worse, and it's become to the point where I avoid going. I don't know. I avoid going into city centre. I avoid doing things because of my social anxiety. Um, and that's my biggest challenge right now. That's my hardest thing, and that's the most difficult thing in my life right now is the anxiety issue, social anxiety. But it's something I've got to keep working at. But that's why I'm reluctant to go on medication because I don't need because if I don't think I need it, because because obviously um, yeah, because obviously obviously you maybe obviously I do have maybe I do have a chemical imbalance, but it's not, I don't know, but obviously but I'm not just taking it just because I have social anxiety. I think I want to work on that social anxiety more than that and just change the way I think and the attitude. I just want to change. I just want to try and naturally work through that issue, which I have slowly. This year, I've been to Resorts World in Birmingham. That's something I had. That's my first time leaving my hometown in 8 years. So I'll link that. If you look on my channel, that video's on there. I went twice this year. So did that. I'm still keen up. I've been going to the cinema more often. Like a couple of years ago, 4 years ago, I would avoid the cinema even because I wouldn't enjoy it. So I wouldn't go because I know that I wouldn't enjoy it. So I didn't bother going. Um, but the last couple of years, the last 5 years, I've started to push myself more. Like if I compare myself to if I compare myself to say 2013 to now, there is improvement. I have improved. Things are getting better. I'm slowly progressing. I'm still really anxious, but things are really still difficult. But I have made progress, so that's a good thing. So yeah, so that's why I don't want to take the medication thing. But yeah, if I think you just do whatever's best for yourself. Like if you want to take medication, you take it. Take medication. But personally, myself, I don't want to take it for myself personally. I'm not saying that you shouldn't take medication because it's totally up to you what you do. But I'm gonna say for myself, that's why I haven't gotten medication. So if anyone's watching this and wonders if I'm on medication or do I take medication, I don't know, and that's why I don't. So yeah, I thought I'd just explain that.